Today is the Save Our Earth Collab, and I have two quick and easy trash to treasure projects that are inspired by Magnolia Home products. Let's get started. For my first project today, I'm using this gray bud vase I got from the thrift store on half off day for just 90 cents. I really liked the shape and thought it was very close to the shape of this Magnolia Home vase, so I thought I would try to duplicate the finish. I started by applying a base coat of the mineral color of chalk paint by Waverly. I like using chalk paint because it's thicker than regular acrylic craft paint and adheres to almost anything, and Waverly is a very affordable brand sold at Walmart. The new color is actually quite similar to the original color, but the chalk paint gives it a matte finish. Home decor trends have definitely been moving toward matte looks. Lots of stoneware, clay, and concrete are popular now. And since the original piece had a glossy finish, it did take 2 coats to get good coverage. As I mentioned, this video is part of the Save Our Earth Collab hosted by the Purple Pixie and co-hosted by Melissa Makes It DIY. I'll add a link to both of their channels in the description box below, as well as the playlist for the challenge, so be sure to check out their channels and then hop to the playlist to see what everyone comes up with. Next, I'm taking a dry chippy brush and swiping on the plaster color, also by Waverly. It's a perfect off-white color. I'm just dipping the brush into the paint, dabbing most of it off on the paper, and then brushing it lightly onto the surface of the vase. I'm moving the brush back and forth in the same direction, which creates really nice lines. Then I'm rubbing it with a baby wipe to smear and blend it into the mineral color. These two colors are very complementary and blend together amazingly. Next, I'm using the same technique to add the elephant color, also by Waverly, sparingly around the vase. I'm using the same baby wipe that still has some of the cream colored paint on it for the blending, so all 3 paints are blended seamlessly together. The lights and the darks really add dimension without changing the color too much. And here it is on my table, paired with a couple succulents. I love how the matte finish gives it the look of stoneware, yet the ridges give it a more modern farmhouse look. This would look great on any side table or even on a bathroom sink. For my next project, I'm redoing some sea glass bottles that didn't turn out exactly like I wanted and giving them a bronze finish like these vases from Magnolia Home. You'll see here where I messed up the sea glass treatments. Actually, the treatment itself worked great, but I thought it was dry and turned it over too soon, so a bunch of the colored Mod Podge settled at the bottom, and the bottle got knocked over and some of the color even went up on the side. Before painting, I removed the hardware at the top of the bottle using pliers. First, I gave the bottles a coat of black chalk paint. This time I used Waverly's ink color. Chalk paint adheres to glass pretty well, but really you could use any black craft paint that you have on hand. I did 1 coat with a bristle brush and then a thin top coat with a foam brush so that it had a really smooth finish. One of my favorite things when it comes to DIYing is duplicating paint techniques, and this often involves mixing or layering paints. Back in March, I made some little pots that had the same bronzy look as the bottles I'm trying to duplicate. Through some trial and error, I had discovered that mixing the copper and gold metallic colors from folkart best matched the color. It was about 3 to 4 parts copper and 1 part gold. Then I used a dry sponge to apply the paint to the surface of the bottles. I just dipped the edge of the sponge into the paint, dabbed most of it off on the paper, and then pounced the sponge onto the bottle. Because of the holes in the sponge, some of the black paint still shows through, creating a great texture and giving it that aged bronze look we like. I just love Magnolia Home. It's the company by Chip and Joanna Gaines. I'm sure you're all familiar with them. They came to fame through their super popular show on HGTV called Fixer Upper. My husband Rob and I have probably seen every episode because it's sort of where our interests collide. I, of course, loved it for the home decor and styling, and I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but Rob is a real estate appraiser, so he always liked seeing their remodels and how they changed a home to add value. When it comes to Magnolia Home, I pretty much want to buy everything they have, so I do use them for inspiration a lot. Actually, a lot of their stuff is pretty affordable, but I love the challenge of recreating things on an even stricter budget. And here they are on my table. If I do say so myself, I really think I nailed this paint finish. When they catch the light, the metallic finish really shows through, but in lower light, they really look like the original Magnolia Home pieces. These are going to be great pieces to help transition my decor into fall. Thanks for joining me today. If you found me from the Save Our Earth Collab playlist, I'd love for you to stick around and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with my content. On Sunday, I'm participating in the Sunday Fun Day Challenge, where I'm testing out a few different signs for my booth at a fall festival coming up. So hopefully you'll tune in and share your opinion on which sign turned out the best. See you next time. Bye.